there's also this long-standing observation in the industry that male actors, they often get chances to portray characters that are probably younger to their real age, right? But for a female actor, it's different. They get it's not a stereotype, it's not generic, but sometimes you get roles that are pertaining to your real age. Have you been subjected to this?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I hope it happens more. Why? Because for the longest time ever, we never, ever, ever represented women in this country over a certain age. It was always the college going or the 20-year-old falling in love for the first time. Any representation of women on screen was either the mother who has sacrificed everything or the horrible sass or the suffering bahu. There was just no representation of actual women. So I love the fact that today there are women on screen who are in all forms, you know, powerful women, vulnerable women, diabolical women, but women who are 40, 50, 60, 70, you know, and they're finally being seen on screen. So I have no interest in playing a character that's any younger than I am right now.
That is so nice. I mean, I've never heard anybody say this actually. They're like, no, sabko chance milna chahiye and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
but that is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask you, you're such an advocate for women empowerment, right? But for you personally, what is your definition of empowerment? And do you think it's evolved over the years?
Yeah, I think just being an empowered woman, and I just said this in another interview, is honestly just, it doesn't matter what you stand for, but you have to understand what it is that you really stand for. What is it that you stand for?
Right.
You know, and as long as you know what your truth is, what it is that's really important to you, it doesn't matter what society thinks that you should play into or not play into. And I genuinely feel that as women, and I've said this before as well, the more that we support each other, the more that we actually take each other along with us, we actually end up creating more opportunities for ourselves and for other women. You know, so empowerment is really that. It's lifting your sisters up with you who may not have the opportunities that you have. You create those opportunities. So even for us, and I love it, and I see it with actresses within the business as well, we've created these really strong support groups around us that are now essentially mostly all women groups, you know. So in doing that, you've created more jobs for women, better positions for women within the business. And that's really what we really need to be doing. And that is empowerment.
Yeah. And I think this is the reason why often I think people call you, or even you call yourself as a woman's woman, right?
Yeah.
Because you need to be that to empower each other.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, going back just a little bit in time, there was this question, right, in your grand finale that if you were a police officer in the Garden of Eden, who would you punish for the original sin, right? And your answer was all the three. After so many years, I'm sure you've evolved as a person, right? Would you still give the same answer?
Who knows? Even at that point of time, you really think that I thought? I had no time to think. I just gave an answer.
But it's such an amazing answer.
Who knows? After that, I've heard so many versions of those things, which I shall not say because they're very racist, but which included eating the snake and throwing away the apple. Then there would be nothing, you know. So,
true. But how have you evolved as a person now?
I have, of course. I mean, you evolve on an everyday basis, you know. I think I'm also quieter as a person today.
Okay.
I know that a lot of times, especially in the business, people feel, oh, she's a powerful speaker. We want her to make a statement. I don't feel like I need to make any statements anymore.
Right.
I think, again, which is what I'm saying, that as you get older, once you know your own truth, everything settles down. You don't need to feel validated just by being heard or being quoted.
True.